Hey, it's me, M&S Show Reviewer, and today we're going to be reviewing and saying my thoughts on the very two episodes of Hazbin Hotel. Okay, so I definitely just want to go and straight ahead and say, I'll be using all the photos or just clips from the actual official trailer because, first of all the other leaked footage is not even good enough quality, and also it's, leaked and has a watermark on it. Second of all, no other web browser allows me to take screenshots. Well, it allows me to take screenshots but not record. And taking a whole bunch of screenshots is super time efficiency, so we're just gonna be reviewing and saying my thoughts on it. Okay, so I definitely say I did buy the early access for the episodes. Yes, I did not leak it, and I did not pirate it. Woo! I could have. I know you. Many people's getting really angry at the show with Twitter with the whole entire, episode 4 conservation. Whole thing. I did see a few seconds of it. Cannot say my opinions or thoughts on it until I actually watch the full episode when it comes out next week on Amazon Prime to release episodes 1 through 4. And I gotta say, it's okay. I definitely do have some problems with Hazbin Hotel, and I'm gonna go into that right away. But spoilers, of course, if you don't want to get spoiled. To be fully honest, there's not that much to get spoiled on, and that's one of my main issues. Okay, so Hazbin Hotel, I think it definitely depends that you need to actually watch the pilot, because yes, it is episode 1 and it never says that you have to watch the pilot to understand this, but in episode 1, every single character from the pilot is just there and then gets hopped right on like it's literally just after the pilot. Of course, with all the different character designs and different animation, but it feels like you have to watch the pilot, and they didn't really let us know that. It's just like, if anyone is just wanting to see, "Ooh, what's all the drama about, or what's this new show?" They go hop on and be like, excuse me, what's actually happening here? And it feels like that's happening. It feels like you're just watching a show. For us, since we watched the pilot, and other people that watched the pilot before watching this understand the characters and understand what happens, so we could just continue watching like a normal part. But I feel like they should have done a quick little introduction if they don't want to make the pilot canon, unless they should say, watch the pilot first and then put the pilot on the website at the same time. Who knows, Amazon Prime might do that, but that's my main problem. Of course, my other problems is that the story just isn't there that much. Episode 1 does a great start of kicking off what the season's gonna be about. The pilot is about her trying to start the hotel. That's successful. The hotel's here. And it gives you a good little understanding, she wants to create a hotel to get sinners to go to heaven. It tells you everything you need to know, and it gives you a good little recap with some sentences here and there, so you don't really need to really understand the pilot. But if you want to understand the characters and the development and things that happen, you should watch the pilot and the Attic song. Those two would be the first two to go. But if you just want to watch the show and get what the show's story is, just watch episode 1. It'll tell you in a few sentences what her plan is, and that's really it. But now let's actually go into, of course, episode 1. Episode 1, or every single episode of this whole show so far, has 2 songs, and I'm not mad that it has 2 songs in it. It's okay. I think it's a good little musical. I gotta say, episode 1 and 2, they do have 2 songs, so 4 songs in total, and in every episode there's always one banger that's really good, and then the other ones just they felt like they had to put it there just to have another song for some reason. Don't know if that's the case for everyone else, but that definitely is the case for me. And I do feel like the animation, we're going to go into a little bit later on, it definitely has on and offs. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's just okay, and then it goes up to being really good too. But right now, let's actually talk about the story too. Of course, she's trying to get heaven to allow the whole plan, and also we learn about the whole execution that happens every year, and now they're planning to do an execution 6 months early now. And of course, some of the demons have actually been killing some of the agents that have been going down to kill them. So of course, it's starting to look like this all-out war against the angels, and of course the sinners below. While Charlie's trying to go and actually make them good. Episode 1 does a great job of setting that up. In my opinion, I definitely do like episode 2 more, even though it doesn't set up or continue setting it up any other plots when it comes to the whole heaven thing. It does do a little bit when it comes a little bit in the beginning. I gotta say also, what's it called again? Episode 2 was all really about Alistair, and of course the TV man that I said I forgot his name. You cannot expect me to remember these names. I only watched one. And of course it's about their whole entire drama, and also trying to get a brand new member into the hotel, which I do actually think worked. And I feel like every episode is trying to get a major sinner just to come into the hotel, while building up the plot slowly until we have, of course, the big episode at the end. Episode 1 and 2 is definitely fine. I don't really have a problem with it that much. I think it's just okay. I don't think it's great. The animation isn't as smooth as some newest Hell of a Boss episodes, but I gotta say, I definitely do think the animation's good. It's not bad at all. Some moments are really good. But of course, Hell of a Boss seems like they have smoother animation in some parts. I hope season 2 would definitely be a lot more smoother than that. But I gotta say, overall, it's so far a good ride. I gotta say, I did enjoy the episodes. I didn't think they're so crazy good. Episode 1 and 2 is, of course, the first two that came out that have not been leaked. I think episode 1 through 5 has been leaked, or the entire show at this point. I don't know how much has been leaked. I'm trying to stay away from that. And of course, I'm not trying to go into the whole drama side of it. And of course, I'm just trying to enjoy this show here, okay? I think the reason why I like this a lot more than other people is because this is an indie project. And I am, of course, working on my own indie project I'm trying to release soon. If you guys did not know, because I never actually told anyone of this yet. But I think I do like it because it was an indie project that's now an original show, and it's really rare for that to happen. So I think that's why I like it a little bit more. So yes, episode 1 and 2 is a great introduction to try to build these characters, trying to show every character's personality, and of course show what the entire show is, the whole entire plot, trying to build that up. So it does a good job at that. Yes, it is slow, and yes, not that much happens, not too much big and crazy reveals happen to get spoiled at all. So what do you expect? It's episode 1 and 2, and for any show, season 1 is always supposed to be the one to build everything up, explore the world, all that stuff. So it's not really, I'm probably, that's the reason why I was saying like that. I'm okay with it now after saying it out loud and realizing it. Episode 1 and 2 is not that bad. Hope episode 3 and 4 is gonna be good and not just, it's filler. I don't think Hazbin had any filler just yet. And the songs, of course, are development. They're not just to go and pad out the 23-minute runtime, because yes, each episode's 23 minutes, not 40. So I was expecting it to maybe be 40, but nope, animation is usually always 23, and that's still fine. But the songs, like episode 1 had a song called The Happy Song with her, that you could consider that filler, since it's her walking to the angel's place singing about trying to make the place better, but it's just her own development, things like that. But the second song, of course, Happen is, of course, let her know about the whole 6-month reduction and her trying to talk about her happy plan. Episode 2 had the whole Alistair. We get to understand the whole rivalry between Alistair and this TV man that I sadly forgot the name of still. And of course, at the song at the end of episode 4 has, of course, him becoming good like the little snake dude. So every single song is, of course, important. And yes, I do not know these characters' names 100% yet. I know, Lucifer, Charlie, Morningstar, Alistair, Angel Dust, and of course I know some names because, like I said, I've been around the community. But at the end of the day, I will definitely give this so far a 6 out of 10. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I do think episode 1 and 2 could have been a little bit more interesting, a little bit more better, and then going a little bit more faster. And of course, episode 1, just, I feel like they had to rush too much in one, because it gets cut to a song like instantly, and that's funny. The first song in episode 1, if you watched it, But I am not going to be watching any of the leaks. I'm trying to stay away from that, and I'm just trying to watch the show and have a good time, not with any of the controversies or anything like that. Of course, with episode 4 coming along, I am definitely keeping my eye open for the whole Poison song, and I will be saying my official opinions on that, because that's, of course, a touchy subject. If y'all not know, just I guess go on Twitter. Go on Twitter and just Hazbin Hotel, and that's gonna solve all that for you. But after all, like I said, guys, episode 1 and 2 is good. Good starts episodes. They're not bad. Of course, the first episode, the first F-bomb was 4 minutes in, which is crazy. I didn't get to do a count for episode 2 because I kind of forgot about it. But the way they curse is like, sometimes it feels pointless to say that many times in a sentence, and sometimes you go a couple sentences without say. But of course, Vizzy just loves putting curse words in the episodes, even though it's kind of pointless. Of course, many people are answering like, why does the angels keep like curse still? Like, aren't they angels? And we don't know if it has to do something with the plot, cursing in the plot, because someone on Twitter said that, what if it's like Charlie's the people she looked up to isn't actually good? Because I could say one thing. If this is true, this whole entire plot, I feel like this rest of the season is just Charlie realizing that heaven isn't as a great place as she thought it was, thinking, because, the angels, they just keep on cursing, they kill for fun. So of course, in this universe, she would be like, maybe heaven isn't the end goal, and maybe instead, at the end of season 1, her new goal for season 2 might be to make hell. kind of like heaven on earth. You know, people say it's like heaven on earth. So she'll be trying to make heaven on hell. She'll try to make hell better and try to compete with heaven. I feel like that could be a plot point that could happen on if that's like building up to that. And it would make sense why they cursed. It would make sense for the whole language thing. And it would make sense for where the show wants to go when Mark Charlie wants to be with her development and the whole Lucifer part of it all. But at the end of the day, if that does end up happening, I actually won't be mad at that. It'll make episode 1 and 2 a lot more better when you rewatch it after you go and finish it all. So at this point in time, we can't really give any full complaints until we finish the full entire first season and see where else she's going to take the story. And I hope there's not going to be any pointless development, and I hope this is actually going to be a good show. I have hope for it, but only time will be able to tell. Let me in the comments below what you guys do think about the episode if you watched it, and correct me if I said anything wrong or, you know, just have different opinions. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next week for episode 2, episode 3 and 4.